Hello, everybody, and welcome to IC Markets Market Commentary. My name is Tamar Mehr from Trade with Precision. So stock extended their gains this week with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ closing another week at all-time high. So what I want to do is start with the weekly chart on the S&P, and we can see here a move from a lower low to a strong and sharp higher high. We also have the moving averages now 10, 20, 50 all fanning all in the correct order for an uptrend and agreement on the momentum indicators. But what we also have is quite a big overextension, meaning a distance between where the price action sits right now and the moving averages. So we could see a deeper pullback in the context of this time frame. A quick look at the monthly, and we can see that the monthly is also in a strong uptrend, pull back into the buy zone, that area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages, and made a new higher high with again overextension. But while the market keep on pushing to new higher highs, I'm looking for either short-term pullbacks or mid-term pullbacks until I see any signs that a deeper pullback toward the level of 7,000 is on the card. So let's take a look on a lower time frame and on those levels. So I want to move into the 4 hours, and we can see here on the 4 hours we had a bit of consolidation. We actually had a small downtrend, high, low, lower high, and a lower low. And then from here, we pushed higher and started to consolidate. So the first level that I'm looking for a pullback sit around the 75.40. If I'll add the Fibonacci retracement of this latest move, we can see that we have the 50% retracement clustering in and around that level. So that is the first area that I'm looking for a pullback in the context of the 4 hours. The next level sit at the 74.50, and this is more of a pullback on the daily chart. And if I'll zoom out to take a look at more activity on this level, we can see that on the way on this small downtrend here, this was the previous swing lower high, and then on the way up, it was the higher low. It was also tested as we broke above, pull back to test it and continue higher in the context of this time frame. So on the daily chart, this is the level that I'm looking at. It will also bring us back into the averages, into the buy zone on the daily chart. Another market that I want to share with you is Euro Kiwi. Now, Kiwi has enjoyed a bit of a rally as the market anticipates an increase of an interest rate. So let's take a look here on the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart on this market, we can see that we broke a pretty significant level in and around the 1.95. We can also see that we are in a downtrend, clear series of lower highs and lower lows, and agreement here from the momentum indicators on the latest move. A quick look here on the monthly, and we can see that the monthly is now also in a downtrend by the fact that we broke this previous swing low, and again that level of 195. So if we'll take a look here on the daily, we can see the sharp move that cleared two levels, the area around the 1.96.5 and the 1.95. So I like the fact that we had a strong selling pressure, and I like the fact that we were able to break this previous swing low that we had on the higher time frame. So I'm looking for a pullback, a bit of release of this very strong selling pressure, and a continuation of this move. And there are two areas that I'm looking for a pullback. So the first area is the lower level. It's the 1.9660, and we can see we had a reaction around this area. It's not a precise level. And if I'll add the Fibonacci retracement of this daily move, so from the high to the low, we can see that we have this area in and around the 50% retracement. The other level that I like is the level of 1.97.5, and that was the previous swing low before we broke with a strong selling pressure. This level is also clustering with a 61.8% retracement. So I like this area, but with this strong selling pressure, we might not get as high. So I'm looking around the area between these two levels for a potential pullback and a resume of this selling pressure. I want to take a quick look at Kiwi dollar as well. And here on the monthly chart, we can see that we now printed a higher low and a lower high, so we don't really have a trend. And if we'll take a look here on the weekly chart, we can see that the weekly is now back into an uptrend as we just managed to break this previous swing high. But there's also another level in the way, and that is the 0.61. So there's a lot of traffic on the way if the market will be able to break through this 0.60 level. And if we'll take a look here on the daily, we can see that we moved from low to this higher high. So we have a lot of wasted momentum. So I'd like to see a bit of compressions of price underneath this level, some sort of consolidation before breaking up above this level, keeping in mind that the level of 0.61 is also quite a strong level on this market. Happy trading, everyone. Bye for now.